What's up, YouTube? Welcome to KangBrosTV. West Brom 3, Liverpool 2. The FA Cup. What the fuck? Bruv, I'm done. That's 2 games in a row. Like, we haven't even spoken to each other yet since the game was finished. We watched it in 2 different places. So this is gonna go off. We're gonna discuss the game, what the fuck happened. I'm gonna discuss VAR as well. And then obviously the next game.
Bruv,
did we take this game seriously?
this is what I was going to say to you. Like that goal, we scored that goal early on, yeah. And we shouldn't even have scored that goal. That was just some cack defending.
Yeah.
We got that goal, got lucky with the goal. And don't get me wrong, Firmino's finish was lovely, yeah. It was a very good finish. But after that, bruv, it was just like it was like a training match. It's like they scored, and it was like, you know, at training when someone scores, you're like, you man, because you just been you guys, bro, you scored, bro, minor, and it scored and counts for training. That's what it felt like to me, bro.
Nah, you know what? Fuck that bullshit. No, fuck that bullshit. When you scored the goal, what always happens when normally teams they all get gassed and that fucking defend for 5 minutes and don't concede. I didn't finish celebrating.
That's me, bro.
I was still just doing one of those, yeah. Next thing I know, I'm sat back on my seat.
Bro, it's one of those ones as well. Just take that one, bro.
What the fuck?
It's Rodriguez as well. Rodriguez is making Miles look dumb out here, bro. Right? Okay, so what I'm going to say to you is, yeah, the thing about everyone talks about a lot of fans talking about the FA Cup, you know, resting players, giving other people opportunities. Bro, we played a full strength team, bro. A full strength team. That's a full strength team. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No one can say that Liverpool didn't take this seriously. They had a full strength team, but there's nobody in there that I was thinking, you know what, they should be playing. Maybe a case for, I know a lot of people are going to say Milner. Like, Milner should have maybe for this game, for the FA Cup and all that kind of stuff. But everybody was playing. There's no excuses. The other one, Swansea parked the bus. We hate teams who park the bus. Bruv, there was no parking, no bus, nowhere.
But they're looking at us thinking, you know what? These lot can be got at. They can be got at. They're fucking shit. I'm not having it. And listen, we're very, very, you know, when Liverpool win, it's always the way, isn't it? When your team wins, everyone's like, oh, that was quality and this was good. But we're equally as bad. We're equally as savage when it's the other way around, yeah? So going for that team. Goalkeeper. Listen, VAR was actually trying to save us, bro. VAR was like, bro, you lot, come on. Listen. So that one was... Yeah, we'll chalk it off, bro. That's what it was like, yeah? That's lucky. Yeah. But, so that trying to help us. Keeper, for me... I'm just not having him. Whatsoever. I know you can't really blame the guy.
No, come on.
Doesn't fill me with confidence. There's nothing about him that fills me with confidence.
Yeah, but come on, you can't blame him.
I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying. He's not blame on today, but I'm just saying in general, that problem is something that we've had for a long time. That's got to be resolved. I'm sorry.
Who's to blame? I want to know is who's to blame today. Yeah, rather than going for every team because we know there was no real sound performance. But who the fuck was to blame for what was going on today? For me, if you blame the defence, that's very harsh.
I was going to say, my point was I was going to go for the defence and go for the midfield. But
yeah, go on.
For me, the midfield, poor. It's just poor.
It's dead. It's not poor.
And do you know what? The one thing that really fucking pisses me off here, and I'll put this out to Liverpool fans everywhere, and even football fans who watch the game, yeah, but I don't know what the Sadio Mane character's on about at the moment.
He's on crack. That's what he's on. He's on crack. He's on jungle juice. He's on something, bro, because I've been getting pissed with him for the last 3 weeks. I don't know what he's doing.
I'll tell you what it is, bruv. He's looking around, he's looking over his shoulder, bruv, and he's seeing Mo Salah thinking, this motherfucker took my African award, bruv. And he's pissed. Because I'm telling you, bruv.
He still can't be pissed about that. It's been 3 weeks, bruv. His performances have been cack.
He's been poor. Okay, cack's harsh because he has scored a couple of goals, but I've made the point before as well, Everton game, Arsenal game, not good enough, decision making's whack. He looks off it. Yeah, and the problem is, you know, when Coutinho was here, and even though he was doing his mad shit, having his tantrums, you always knew Coutinho's coming back, so these men have to pull up their socks. Now, bruv, I think those front three are like, you know what? But do something. Who are you going to bring on Ings? They're like, come on, Jurgen. You ain't going to bring on any Ings. Come on now.
Yeah.
But,
for me, I'm gonna put this guy out on blast. Emre. All the people that love Emre, go fuck yourself. That's what I'm going to say. I say this all the time. Emre had a beautiful game against Man City. The guy is not good enough. He put some horrible decisions today, coming out running like a donkey, and he tried to win that challenge back, didn't win that. Then for me, it was what happened after that. He didn't even bust a gut to even try to get back in the box to try and help defend. Now, his decision making, you mentioned against Seville as well, it's cack. You can't rely on this guy. For me, he didn't do anything in terms of attacking, and he didn't do anything in terms of defensive. I'm not going to leave him out by himself, because I didn't see anything happen from Gini either. It was only when Hendo came on, we'll talk about the subs and how it changed, but only when Hendo came, the tempo changed. But for me, Emre is not good enough. What your thoughts on that? I know there's people out there who love Emre, and there's people out there who hate Emre, and I'm one who hates him because I don't think he's good enough. He's too slow, and the way he comes and commits himself, and he can't get back. He's just not agile enough, and he does not give any support for our defense. And this is why I say I can't blame the defense today because they were left naked every single time the ball coming in. There were people running in. I think it was Arnold came running in for the first ball, and even Jurgen mentioned it. It was not just the first challenge that we lost. It was the second and third balls after that we didn't go and win. And our defence was just left open. All this VVD hype and all this kind of stuff. What is he going to do if he's left by himself?
So my point on Emre, yeah, and I'll put this out to other people as well, and I'd love to, and I know there's people that watch our channel, and we get a lot of stick for that because people say that we're not fair on Emre Can. My point is, and the way I look at it is, Liverpool are a top 6 team, okay? At the moment, top 4, as in like with regards to where they finished last year, they're in the Champions League. Now, you do not have players on your team. People go, he's young, he's going to improve. Listen, you can't have a good game and then have 4 bad games and have a good game. That's not a good player. That's not. He's young. Well, what the fuck are we going to do, young players? What do you expect? Listen, these people, if you're young, you don't learn your trade at Liverpool. You learn your trade somewhere else, and you come at Liverpool, and you need to be ready to perform at that level, optimal level, on more than one occasion. He switches off. He's slow. He makes bad decisions, and he slows things down for us. Okay, I don't think he's good enough. And if he goes to Juventus, it might suit him because the tempo of that game is a little bit slower, not quite as physical, and you probably get away with probably flying out, and you're not getting punished as slick as teams do here because there's full throttle out here in this team. Again, I agree with you on the back 4, but the other point I would like to, and I'll put this to you as well. Now that VVD's in, we were big fans, and maybe other people will disagree, but we were big fans of Matip. But ever since VVD's come in, either we had blinkers on before VVD come in, and I'm not saying VVD's been amazing. But the guy needs time, and I do see that he does. There's bits of the game that he does make us better. But I don't know what's happened to his Matip character, bruv.
Bruv, using some dumb shit. I think there was one who trying to flick it off the line backwards. He could have easily cleared it with his side foot if he turned around. I don't know what he's doing. And for me, Lovren's probably thinking, "Hey, what's going on here?"
Well, Lovren's, and even Klavan, like, yo. He's shit like Jurgen. Yo, he's shit, bro. He's shit. Yeah, get me in because these lot ain't at it. That's what I've been thinking. I was listening to Joey Barton was saying, and to be fair, he's controversial at the best of times, but he does make some good points. He said to me today, not to me, but he said on the radio, he said, if you were watching that game and you saw VVD playing and you didn't know anything about him, you would think he's play on him because he's not having one. That's what Joey Barton was saying on the radio. He goes, I'd stick it on him because he doesn't look a player. I don't
agree with that, but that's
it was just poor. It was a very lethargic performance, and I don't give this whole fucking bullshit about they only get up for big games. What do you mean? That's your job, bruv. If I come into work on a Monday and I was like, everyone's like, he only gets up for Wednesdays, bro. He's only on it on Wednesday. Go fuck yourself, bro. You get sacked. You get sacked, bro. You're not doing your job. These lot flat performances, and they walk around the place. Even Firmino, as I said, as much as if someone plays well and they do something good, I'd always back them. I'd say, fair play, yeah. But fucking Firmino as well. All these little fucking flicks he tries to do. Hold the fucking ball. When the ball comes at your feet, hold it, let them come up your arse, then spin off. It hasn't always got to be first, like these pretty little flicks around the corner. Decision making, it's just got to be better.
What about his penalty miss?
Yeah, again, bro. Listen, he's missed a penalty before in the Champions League. That game against, I think it was Sevilla, yeah, and that cost us. That cost us that result, yeah. And luckily we got away with it, and he was very upset. But listen, just fucking stick it away. I don't want you going top bins. Listen, it all looks great, but when you do it, if you're gonna do the whole pause in your step, you're watching the keeper. Like Hazard, he watches the keeper. You do the pause in your step to make him commit, and then you go the other way. This piece of shit was always gonna go that way.
The sad thing is when he steps up, I think with most Liverpool fans as well, is that you didn't feel confident that he was going to score. You just felt he was going to miss. So I don't know, man. The other thing that I want to mention is the subs. Now, for the first time, Klopp has made the subs. I think it was around the 65th minute or something like that. So he actually made the subs, and I was like, thank fuck. And he took 3 people off straight away, and they were 3 players that deserved to have to be taken off. Ox, I think, came off. I think it was Mane, and I can't remember who the third one was who got taken off. I think it was Emery, right? And they were deservedly had to be taken off because they were poor. And the tempo changed straight away. Hendo came on. A lot of people slaughter Hendo, but as soon as he came on, the ball was suddenly moving a lot quicker. And not just him, Milner as well showed that experience, what we needed. And that's why once again people slate Milner, but his experience showed what he can do. The whole game changed. Even Danny Ings was on it. The urgency was different to what the first half was. So
I think just before we go any further, and we said it last week as well. It seems like we're saying it too fucking frequently. But West Brom, hats off to West Brom because they had a go. They actually had a go at Liverpool today, and they won the game.
Yeah,
they won. They scored 3 goals at Anfield. That's not a joke. That's not a joke. The other question I was going to ask you to get your opinion is now. And again, this is not just obviously to him, but to everybody that's watching as well. But I'm talking about timescales, talking about the situation with Liverpool. We've just had 2 bad results. You've got a short few days left in January. Can you see something happening? Do you think something needs to happen?
It definitely needs to happen.
And what do you see happening?
But the thing, unfortunately, I don't. Even though I want it to happen, I don't think it's going to happen. I think even from what you hear from Jurgen as well, he seems like he's not going to buy anybody now. He's going to go and wait till the summer. The only little bit of hope that I do have, which I don't like to believe into the hype, is that Lamar has been left out with the squad for 2 games running now, and that's I'm just like fingers crossed, hoping that we can somehow get him. But I don't see it happening, and that's the worrying thing. Because for me, it's that 2 shit results. We got Huddersfield next. Anything can happen in that game. A game like you don't feel confident going to that game. We don't feel confident going to play Huddersfield. What kind of bullshit is that? Do you know what I mean? That's where you need to think where you are as a club.
The final point we want to touch upon, and I want to ask your opinion on it, is the VAR.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was like, it's VAR, it's a massive deal. One thing I will say is watching that game, and this is something else. I was listening to the radio afterwards because I'm a bit of a loser like that. But when I was listening to it, they said the only problem they have is that you got fans who pay money to be at the game who go there and literally were in limbo. They didn't know what the fuck was going on when people walked, when the VAR thing was happening. And even Joe Butt made a point saying there was they made a tactical adjustment to their formation. They were playing quite high. They dropped off, but they discussed that whilst the VAR break was going on, right? So that's obviously maybe something that was quite good, and they used it in their favour. But it just seemed like it was just, what the hell's going on? And the referees get absolutely battered by the players, yeah? They get absolutely rinsed by the players.
That's the thing I don't get, yeah? VAR is there for that specific reason, is to help the ref to make the right decision. So why are the players running to the referee, shouting him mouth off, when he's got a camera, he's watching video highlights of what's going on?
Do you think it was a pen?
What's that? Yeah, 100%.
I thought it was a pen,
yeah, so for me, to answer your question, is that the VAR, I liked it because the reason why it's got the right outcome. Right decision. So you can't argue it. What can you say? If it's proven right in front of you, there's fuck all where you can say.
The only thing was 4 minutes. They only played 4 minutes added time at the end of the first half. They had 2 breaks for the thingy, and they're long breaks.
That's what I was going to say to you. For me, the downside was that it took so long for some of the decisions.
And it was just weird. It's just a weird, like...
Yeah, and then even though we were losing, for me, it didn't feel like... Because we had so much gaps in the game, it just didn't feel right. You know when you're 3-1 down or whatever it was, you're pissed. For me, it's almost hadn't sunk in because the game was stopping. I don't know how viewers and how the Liverpool fans and West Brom fans felt about it. But for me, it's a trial and error thing, and... The fact that they got the right decisions on both times, or whatever, how many times they used it, that was a massive plus for me, because we can't have this bullshit. If you're playing Champions League football, you're in a massive, massive game, you can't let shitty decisions like that go against you and you think, okay, they made the wrong call.
And what do you think about the fact that players asked for it? Because I think Salah asked for it, didn't he?
Yeah.
I wasn't too sure about that. I was a bit like, oh, come on, man, that's not your decision to be calling that. But then equally, they did ask for it and it was overturned, so maybe it was, but...
That's what it is. That's where it became a joke, because it was almost like every single thing that was happening. Shall we look upstairs? Look upstairs. You can't do that. So I think you're right. I think the referee really needs to decide when he's going to use it.
But it's trial and error. It's not going to be perfect, is it?
Exactly. I mean, what's your take on it?
Yeah, you get the right decision. It's important to get the right decision. Yeah. And obviously, the worst thing about it is, as Liverpool fans, we're probably sitting there thinking, "Fuck me." We had the decisions go in our favour, and we still got tucked in. We still got beat 3-2 at home in the cup. And another thing, like I said, the point I was trying to make earlier is that you're trying to change your squads or whatnot. Listen, FA Cup, Liverpool fans, we've got to get real. Yeah. Get real, right? We haven't won a trophy in how long? I'll wait. Do you know what I mean? It's long. It's long. Do you know what I mean? You can say what you want about Mourinho. Oh yeah, he played boring football. This motherfucker won a trophy last year to get him in the Champions League, and he won a League Cup or something, didn't he? Or FA Cup. This season.
With Europa, wasn't it?
Yeah, Europa, and I think he won a domestic cup as well.
Carling Carabao Cup.
And Paul Mercer made a point on the debate saying, you can say what you want about these competitions and Mickey Mouse tournaments and Mickey Mouse Cups, but look at the teams that have won them for the last few years.
Yeah.
And we were in the final. Your Man City's, your Arsenal's, your Chelsea's, Man United's, and Liverpool have been in the final, but they get beat. Yeah, you got to win a trophy. Jurgen Klopp, listen, I love Klopp and I'm a big advocate and I can't see we should be sacking him or anything like that. I'm not saying anything like that. But if he doesn't win a trophy, well then what next? What is the thing? Because obviously top four is great.
The thing is, he clearly took it seriously. Do you know what I mean? The team showed it. If he didn't rest anyone, he didn't rotate. We got a game on fucking Tuesday, I believe. I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday. So he clearly, this game mattered to him. Yeah. Right?
And that's the result. For me, I asked you the question earlier about transfers. I think we need to do something. I think we need to inject some fresh blood. Again, going back to, not obviously nowhere near the same experience, but it's like any football. When you bring a new player into the squad, it freshens things up. It freshens the changing room up. It freshens the environment up. It's not so dull. When you've lost somebody like Coutinho, you just need something. Obviously VVD's great, but that was something that's dragged on. It almost feels like he was going to play for us. Do you know what I mean? It feels like it's a bit like a Kate situation. I always felt, because it's like, well, we are going to sign him. It's going to happen. But I think they just need something. They just need some fresh blood in there, because at the moment these performances they're too flat, and unfortunately, if they're going to keep playing like that, I can't see it getting any better. So from my perspective, I'm panicking. I'm annoyed. I'm upset. I'm fuming. The poor result. West Brom deserve to win. And we better fucking back up our ideas quick, smart, because Huddersfield are they'll have a fucking pop at us if we keep playing like that.
Yeah, I mean that's our next game, and I personally don't feel confident going to that, and that's sad. You know what I mean? And I'm disappointed. FA Cup is a serious cup. I know there's a Carabao Cup and all that kind of stuff, but FA Cup, you need to be competing in this competition. And he blatantly took it seriously, like I just said, and we fucked it.
And the last thing I'm going to say is, this is when you know it's bad. This is when you know shit's wrong. I was getting messages. I was getting mocked by Arsenal fans, bruv. Arsenal fans. Yeah, listen, Arsenal, yeah? Don't, listen, you have your week, yeah? Have your week. If you get Aubameyang, we'll see, bruv, yeah? But listen, that's not going to happen again, bruv. And I'll tell you Arsenal fans, and there's one specifically watching now, bruv. You message me again, bruv, and you lose, I'm coming for you, bruv. I'm coming for you.
Anyways, I mean, all the guys, the people who have watched this video, I mean, let us know your thoughts on the performance. I know we've got some loyal subscribers who always comment, so we look forward to reading those and what your take was on the game, and what needs to change ASAP Rocky, because boy, 2 defeats in a row against Swansea and West Brom is pathetic. And I think United fans, Arsenal fans, Tottenham, whoever, probably laughing in their boots right now because it's a joke. So let us know your thoughts, and we look forward to reading.
On to the next one.
Peace.